Welcome to Can Angels Fly, Tarot, and more. My name is Nancy, and I'm here to consult the tarot cards for Leo for April 2021. Leo, your motto is I will. At this time, I ask you to please like my content, to share my channel with others, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Once you have subscribed, please go to my homepage. Look in the upper right-hand corner to locate the notification bell. Click on it. So whenever I go live or upload a video, you'll be notified. Now, if you're ever interested in ordering your own personal tarot reading, you can do so. You can do so by contacting me by email. My email is canangelsfly1@gmail.com. All of the details that you need to order your own personal tarot reading is below this video in the Show More section. Hi, Leo. Before we begin, I have a message for you, I do believe. In the month of April, it is scheduled for each person to all zodiac signs to have an experience within their most intimate or more significant relationships in which the dominant partner may very well have an emotional eruption or meltdown or a period of projecting their discontent about their own personal lives. I don't think that the recipient of this emotional eruption should take it personal. It's more of a venting that has taken place. I don't know if you will be the one venting, Leo, or someone who is significant in your life, whether business or professional partner, but someone will be venting. And as far for you, when this scenario plays out, you will come up with, or they will come up with a plan about how to respond to the newfound information. The newfound information is the source of the person's discontent. So as mentioned, you or they, depending on who is the recipient or witnesser of the emotional outburst or the venting moment, will do have very specific responses to this person's emotional demands. But that is to say, they will go into action in trying to figure out how can I help them alleviate what they're going through. Okay. Now for the tarot. I won't shuffle too much because I shuffled before I began to record. So I'm just going to shuffle just a little bit. That card fell out. We'll just see if it comes back after a complete shuffle. Okay. Leo, your first card is the Ten of Swords, and it did come back. This is a card that fell out. So the Ten of Swords is referring to the person that has that moment of outburst, emotional outburst, or that period of projecting their discontent into the world. The Ten of Swords suggests that there's either you, Leo, depends on which way the energy flows. That is to say, whether the energy flows out from you and you're the one outbursting, or if it flows into you from someone else, meaning someone else in your life who's significant in your life, intimate part of your life. They have the emotional eruption or the spewing moment. Either or. This person is feeling like they're, lesser. They're feeling worthless. Their personal value has dissipated to the point, and so it's been going on for a while. Something has been chiseling away at them, whether it's been a loss of employment and Being unemployed, chiseling away, or a decrease in one's finances has been bothering them for some time. It's been chiseling away at their sense of self worth and personal value, and also personal power. Um, if it could be the actual details to a person's discontent is, of course, unique to a person, an individual. So I'm just offering you some examples. Another example is a person could be in a relationship, and the relationship has not been going well, or going as they had hoped, and it has again, like, really had a negative impact upon their self worth and self esteem and what personal value, and as well as their ability to be uh, uh, their sense of personal power. That is to say, having the capacity to impose one will into the world with strength and vigor. And this person could be suffering from depression, or a very high level of anxiety in some, that may have showed up in some way, but you may not very well may have paid them attention. You may not have understood the severity of it, or what they were going through. You may not even have understood why they may have been, this person uh, that will have the emotional outburst has even been in their slump or in their state of mind, or they could be just snappy. They could be emotionally withdrawn. They could be antisocial. Just what the details depends on the actual person and who they really are. Anywho, the Ten of Swords talks about this person feeling really, really down and defeated. The next card is the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords talks about just how vicious this person can come across. They could be seen very inconsiderate of others with their, body language. People bump into you when they get an attitude, or snobby, turning around on you, turning it back on you, won't talk to you, give you silent treatment, or they could be just vicious with their, how they speak and interact with you, their dialogue, and so this person has been acting like that, and I do believe, relative to your scenarios due to play out in the month of April, this person, the way when they have this emotional eruption, I think that's the energy that they're going to give off. I don't believe that this is true across the border when it comes to the emotional eruption, that all experiences will be perceived or received as, so vicious and aggressive and angry. But under your scenario, whether it's you or the other, I think that that's initially how a person, will receive it. That other person that's significant will receive it like, oh, this person is attacking. Oh, this person is cruel, or mean or evil or something. And it's because they really feel down about themselves and their circumstance and situation. The next card is the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles has you and the significant other. I apologize. Looking at your immediate environment and what it consists of, the the places, the things within the immediate environment, to see if that person fits in the environment. It plays back into, why are they so discontent? What has got them to the point where they feel like their personal power has dissipated and their self-esteem has dissipated? What is it in the environment? Is it anything that they can do to help alleviate some of the stress that they feel themselves up under, or obstacles? Is there anything they can do? And you very well remember, you're going to be figuring out what can I do to help this person? What do I need to do to help them? That's the primary role that you'll be playing, like, or the receiver, or the person that witnesses the outburst will be. What can I do to help them? They really need some help. Are they in the right environment? I can see this playing out for some Leos in that significant other. When I say significant, I'm talking about anybody that is a significant partnership in your life. It could be you and a spouse, you and a lover, you and your child, you and your parent, you and your boss, you and a neighbor, who's ever intimate in your life. And y'all know real intricate details about each other, and may have played a major role in each other's life. So this is a general reading. So I thought I'll point that out. And so in some scenarios, I see that, like if a Leo is in a relationship with a spouse, and the spouse is totally discontent, or you, Leo, yourself, are discontent with the whole long-term committed relationship with kids and all that, and the other is having this emotional eruption, and they're very fierce about it, you or the other could say, well, I'm really considering that if I am the main issue, a person's presuming that I'm the main issue, then I'll remove myself. Is that the answer, Or another more lighthearted example, if I could think of one, is if a person is discontent, maybe about work, work, like haven't been able to earn as much, it's getting harder to make ends meet. And the person has an emotional eruption from the stress of it all. The other party could say, well, maybe we can start a side business here. Maybe I can do some social, connect you with some of my associates that can help spark more business or something. It's like there is a party, if I'm making this make sense, that is the one that has the emotional outbursts because they are frustrated, they're upset. They, in this case, feel like their personal power is diminished, their sense of self-worth is diminished. And the other person who is the witness or around or significant in their life said, well, let me help them out the best way I know how. And examples are offered is to say, hey, I can get up and leave if it's personally, me, or I can connect you with some of my associates to help stimulate some business for you, or maybe we can, I can help you start this side hustle to make a little extra money. Those are just some examples. And so the Three of Pentacles really talks about looking at the immediate environment, all the persons, places, situations, circumstances to see what can possibly be removed to alleviate the discontent and the stress and the self-doubt, or be added to enhance a person's opportunity for success, and to what success in alleviating the stress and self-doubt by offering them more opportunities to obtain what they need in this physical world to feel secure and stable. The next card is the Five of Wands. And this is going a little lefter than the earlier videos that I did, because at first I was sensing that this person's emotional outbursts may not very well be very specific to a person. They just kind of blurting out or venting. And yes, it may be first, perceived to be like a projection. But in this case, it literally is a projection. Somebody in your life, either you or them, are literally projecting upon the other. Because we have 2 fives here, and that's instability. And one's energy, energy and how they express themselves. And so somebody is expressing themselves very harshly, very rude, and possibly very direct to those that are in close proximity to them. And people that are usually more in close proximity to us are what our spouses, our children, or if our parents live either with us or around us. Then it's the neighbors and, other people in the community, is siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, whoever frequents, But I'm talking more of an intimate, close social circle, more intimate. And again, this can be business or personal. Anyway, the Five of Wands talks about arguments, and the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands talks about arguments, even fights. I kind of feel like some Leos, it may be some fist fights. Yes, old school playground fist fights, pushing around, shoving, because it's going to be a lot of passion there, a whole lot of passion. And so what I think I'm seeing for some Leos is that you are in a relationship with somebody that's equally as passionate as you. You don't you don't yield easy, and it's going to lead to some aggressive moment in the month of April. Yeah. The last card for you, Leo, is the Star card in reverse, and unfortunately, it's a bad move, or it's a bad scenario when a person's frustrations and anxiety get to the point where they again have an emotional eruption, and they trying to blame everybody on the outside of them for their personal discontent, dissatisfaction, in this case with themselves and their ability to pose their will into the world, because it causes a social breakdown. Social breakdown occurs in your relationship in some way. And I know that's the case because the Star card has come in reverse. And the Star card talks about when you're able to successfully social network in order to move what? Your agenda along, or your mission along. You're able to advance. You're able to exchange resources, associates, those kind of things, and to keep things moving. But with the Star card in reverse, it suggests a blockage to the inability to move forward on a personal ambition or aim, or that's ambition, or aim, and why? Because it's just that the energy becomes dysfunctional, dysfunctional. It's like this person is so negative around you, Leo. I hope it's not you, Leo, but somebody is so negative in your circle when they get to this point. I'm not saying they like this all the time, but I'm saying when the stress get high for them, when things are not going their way, they become a very, very negative person, and they don't articulate their, well, they don't share their emotions very well. And it just seems like it really is going to balloon out quite a bit out of control this month, to the point don't nobody want to help them. Not even you, Leo. If it's you, Leo, then nobody want to help you, because we understand, the energy showed that a person is highly frustrated, and they sense of self-worth and personal value and personal power is down. But it's not everybody's fault. But this other person, or this particular person, it makes it seem like it's everybody's fault. And it's intentional, like everybody's attacking them. It almost seems like a person having some form of paranoia or something like that. Anyway, because of their exaggerated negative energy, it's blocking everything. Nobody want to be bothered with them. Everybody blocking them out. You blocking them out, or depending on how the energy flow, getting blocked out, and they can't move forward on their personal aims, ambitions, etc., etc. Let me think for a minute, because it was something I was going to say, which made sense, because this energy that is being revealed in the tarot cards talks about a particular person. Oh, well, this type of person that has the gotten to this place of emotional outbursts or venting or projecting, as is a particular, gosh dang it, what was it? Let me think. This whole scenario is a testament to a person's level of spiritual development or overall awareness about life, and like this person gets to the point. This is a chronic issue with them. Whenever they get to this point, they lose faith, they lose self-confidence, again, personal value, and they take it out on others that are around them. They hurt others that are around them. And I can't think of what I saw it for a moment, but I kept talking and I missed the message. And it's talking about a person who, what is it called? Oh man. They're the kind of person that burns their bridges. They burn bridges. They're the kind of person that burns bridges, and they come back later and try to apologize, or act like nothing has happened. Like it wasn't that serious to them, when it was their whole world was kind of crashing in around them. They're a person that doesn't take many times take personal responsibility at the extent I'm talking about. This will possibly go for many Leos. They don't want to take personal responsibility, and therefore they never try to heal this part of themselves. I can't think of it again. I missed that part of the message where it was saying exactly what the label this particular type of person as, but they are they kind of what throw the baby out with the bath water, and again they act like they haven't had like nobody else is going through not anything, and gosh, I wish I could think of the term. Uh, well, I'll just kind of try to sum this up to say, okay, and relative to your tarot reading, Leo is saying, hey, there's an emotional, someone is scheduled to have an emotional outburst due to their personal discontent, and their state of discontent is based on their diminished sense of personal power, and their self-esteem has been diminished by whatever circumstances or situations or scenario have played out in their life that obviously were not in their favor, and now they're going to throw a temper tantrum and try to blame everybody else for what has occurred in their life. Not to say that what has occurred in their life was completely warranted. I can't say that for all. But it's rather this phase that they find themselves in is warranted, meaning every work they did brought it about, or if it's unwarranted, where you can't see exactly how you got to where you are, or can't see exactly how they got to where they are, not through their works. Either way, they have this negative response that is like a go-to, is like where they end up landing every time, and it is that place where they can blow up and hurt others because they're hurting or worried or frustrated. It's like they go-to place, and they never overcoming that go-to place. They're never outgrowing it. They're never emotionally or spiritually advancing or maturing. They just get stuck in this place. And here it is once again in the month of April that they're back to that place. They're making other people around them miserable, and they're stuck in that place. And then after they've offended everybody around them, then they want to act like ain't nothing happened. They ain't act like nothing happened. And so remember, when it comes to you, Leo, or someone significant in your life, Leo, they're to the point where they got to really figure out what they're going to do in this scenario. Like, enough is enough. If I, as an example, Leo, am the problem, I am willing to remove myself from your presence or the relationship or whatever. Or if, it's like whatever they need. If you need help getting the business off, I'll do that. If you want to act the fool, then I'll remove myself. I'll remove my advice. And so in the month of April, it's just the Leo energy is talking about what you will do in response to how the scenario plays out. So I feel like you're really, or the energy of Leo is just like open. It's like whatever you want. Burger King's slogan, have it your way. You tell a person, or they tell you, have it your way. But make sure that you want it. Because remember, the thing is, they always come back and act like ain't nothing been done. But this time, in the month of April, you're going to let them have it their way. And you may very well make them eat their words or eat their demand that you're going to meet. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, thank you, Leo, for coming here to Can Angels Fly Tarot and more, and allowing me to read the tarot cards for you. Remember, if you're ever interested in ordering your own personal tarot reading, you can do so by contacting me by email. My email is canangelsfly1@gmail.com. All the details that you need to order your own personal your own personal tarot reading is below this video. Until then, or until next time, bye, Leo.